Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Credit. I am the Financial Wellness Program Manager at Copper State Credit Union, and I'm joined today by Jessica, who comes to us from our digital banking team. And Jessica and I are getting together to create a tutorial on our online banking platform. So whether you're new to online banking or you've been using it for a while, we'll definitely have some tips to share on how you can make the most of your online banking profile. So first, I'm going to go to copperstatecu.org. And from our homepage, in the top right-hand corner, we'll click Log In. Now, if you've never registered for online banking before, maybe you're a new member, you're going to want to start here and click the Register button and register as either an individual or a business. When you go through this process, you'll have to put in some personal information, and then you'll be all set to log in. But if you've already set up your account, you'll just click the Login button from our homepage. Log in with your username and password. And then this is what you'll be seeing. So Jessica, tell me where you like to start when you first log into online banking.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. So this is our dashboard. This gives you an overview of all of the accounts. It also gives you on the right-hand side the ability to see your credit score, any financial news, and we also have a little section where you can link external accounts, and I can go into that more detail later. But I want to focus on what we have available as far as the accounts go. And as you can see, we have all of Maxwell members' information here, all of his accounts listed. And by clicking on an account, you're going to be able to see the transaction history. So it's going to pull you into a new page. You still have a view of all the accounts here on the left-hand side. But what it'll display now is you're going to be able to see the transaction history. And then from there, you have more tabs at the top. As you can see, there's a lot of little buttons around. So right here, you have a pencil you can click on. This allows you to edit the name of the account if you wanted to change that, the nickname. You can also change the color of how it shows up on your dashboard. And you can choose to hide the account if you'd like.
I love that feature, Jess, because, you know, if I'm trying to save up for something and I have a separate savings account and I just don't want to see the money that's in there, I can just go ahead and click hide, and then I won't see it as often, and maybe I'll forget that it's there and actually save up some money.
Absolutely. And then when you are ready to view it again, you can just go in
and click that pencil again. What about that, that little eyeball? What is that?
Yeah, this is a great feature. Right now, your account number is partially hidden. By clicking on the eyeball, it's going to make it all available.
Oh, okay. So it's if you need your full account number, if you were setting up direct deposit or something like that.
Absolutely. You can also see more information by selecting account details. If you need the routing number,
nice.
It's going to be right there on the account details page.
Great.
And then from there, you can click on different accounts.
Yeah, I've definitely heard the question how to print transaction history. So is that possible to do from here?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to select the little print icon.
All right, so I can do it that way.
Pull up your transaction.
Looks like I can also download?
Yes, absolutely.
Very
so
nice.
If you have QuickBooks or Quicken that you like to download into, you can utilize the download for that.
What if I'm trying to find a transaction? Does this search bar work for that? Like, for example, Lowe's? Oh, I'm in a savings account. I probably didn't use my savings account to pay for something at Lowe's. try in my checking account.
Okay, you can also use the filter feature to the right of that search bar. And that's gonna allow you to narrow it down to transaction amount, credit
okay.
or debit, type of transaction.
So for example, if I was trying to find, an insurance payment I'd gotten or something, I could search by credits to the account. Oh, very cool. All right. Well, there's a lot there just on the account level, and we got to that, from the dashboard, we can click into an account from there, or we could just go right down to that account widget, correct?
Mhm, absolutely. And all of these widgets on the left-hand side are customizable.
Oh,
Let me show you how to do that.
yeah, tell me more about that.
Yeah, so go ahead and select the More button at the bottom there, and you're gonna select Widget Options. And this is your whole menu of widgets available to you. The ones that have the little gold star next to them are already being used as widgets. If you
Oh,
wanted to add some,
okay. So let's say I don't use bill pay. I would just click on the star
mhm,
and then that will be removed. Oh, very nice. I think I'm gonna put alerts over there. Oh, and there it showed up. And what else should we put over there? Maybe settings?
yeah. You can also put your credit score over there
That's a
if you
good
like to
one.
access that. So lots of different ways you can customize your dashboard, and your online banking.
Well, very cool. So that's how these different widgets show up here on the left-hand side. Was there anything else you wanted to highlight for us within settings?
Yeah, something that's really fun is you can play around with the theme.
Ooh,
And this is where you get to select from a few images to create your background.
wow.
And you can really make it your own.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a try.
Very appropriate. Let me take a few minutes to load.
Looks like our computer is a little slow today. Well, that's okay. So essentially, you can pick the background here, and you can change it anytime you want. That's a nice little feature. Anything else here in settings?
If you ever needed to update your contact information, this would be the place you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can,
Oh, well, there we go.
beautiful. So this just gives you an overview of your profile information. Security, this is a great one. If you ever need to update your password or you want to change your username, you can do all of that right here.
Nice.
And basically all you'll do is select the little pencil on the right-hand side.
In order to edit something.
Mhm.
And two-factor authentication, some people like this, some people don't, but that's a way for you to basically have to utilize another device in order to get logged in, right? So
Yeah.
either receiving a code via text message or an email, something like that. That's what that two-factor authentication is. Just makes it more secure.
Definitely. And one thing I want to highlight is if you haven't set up your phone to receive, or excuse me, set up your profile to receive text messages, as you can see here, it's currently disabled. You'll want to go ahead and do that if you like to receive those one-time codes via text message.
Got it.
This is where you'll do that.
And I think we have a little tutorial on our website. If you go to our website and go to the search bar and type in security alerts, I believe we have an article with little videos that show exactly how to do that.
That's great, yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the theme, security, how to reorganize your widgets. This is where you would edit your contact information.
And you can update your phone number, your address.
Nice.
If you need to add your mobile number for text messages, you can do that here.
All right. So what does that bring us to? Do we want to talk about alerts next?
Yes, let's talk about alerts.
So what are alerts?
These are, well, basically alerts are notifications. You can customize them however you like. There's a lot of different ways you can set up various alerts and completely customizable based on your needs. So for example, if you'd like to be notified if your balance drops below a certain amount, you can set that amount, whatever's important to you, and you'll receive an email or a text alert notifying you that that balance has dropped below that amount.
So that's really nice because I know a lot of people feel like online banking is not secure. But the reality is if you get into online banking and you toggle on the alerts that are relevant to you, you're actually in a much better, much more secure situation because you have either a text message or an email pinging you and letting you know when something happens on your account.
Yeah.
So walk me through this tool. How would I go about setting alerts up?
Yeah, so there's various options on the left-hand side. We have accounts, authentication, budget. I like to start at the top and just see what appeals to me. So we're in the account section right now.
So I probably don't, I don't think I want an alert just when I make my auto loan payment. So I think I probably would want an alert on my checking account. So I would go ahead and select that one.
So some people like to be notified if they have a deposit going in. You can be
Yeah, would this be like my direct deposit from payroll?
Yeah.
That would notify me? Okay, so I turn that on and then look, the only one I have set up right now is email. But so that's what I'm going to choose. But like Jessica said, you can also set it up to go to text message. And then that's on. What are some of the top alerts? Like what would you recommend for security purposes? One or two that you think really people should have turned on?
Yeah, personally, I love the debit card purchase.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I'm alerted every time there is a debit card purchase, and I've got mine set for a penny.
Yeah.
Anything above a penny, I hear about.
And you know what's so interesting is a lot of people who are trying to steal an identity, and let's say they got a hold of your bank account information, they do these like trial thefts, I guess you would call them, where they'll see if they can get away with a 30-cent transaction and see if you notice. And if they get away with that, then they'll do a larger amount. So I love that idea of just doing a penny. But you know, if you don't want that many notices on your debit card, because that's quite a few notices, you could make it anything you want here and just say, okay, alert me if it is greater than $10, for example, or whatever you choose. Then you just turn that on and save. So debit card purchase is a great one. If you're someone who, you know, it has a hard time keeping track of your balance, getting that balance alert is really nice. We show that one. We can show if the balance goes below a certain amount. So maybe I'm going to be concerned if my balance goes below $30. For some people, it's going to be much higher. Some people it might be lower. But I can just turn that on. I don't know about balance being above. I mean, to like celebrate, my balance goes above a certain amount, I can have a party.
Absolutely. You have a savings goal, and
Yeah.
you can be notified when you met that savings goal.
Absolutely. All right, so that's a little bit about account alerts. What other really cool things do we have in online banking? How about transfers? Can you walk me through that?
Absolutely, yes. You know, especially with multiple accounts, it's nice to be able to move money quickly and easily. And I really love all the capabilities of our transfer tool. We have a few different ways you can view this these transfer options. So we have the quick view, which you're seeing right now.
And it looks like this is very simple.
Mhm.
It looks like I just decide where I want the money to come from. So maybe this is like one of my savings accounts, and I'm going to move the money from there. And then I'm choosing an amount here, or I can even type in, I think, an amount at the bottom.
Mhm.
Let's just say 200. And then I'm also choosing where I want the money to go to. Let's just say I'm moving it into my primary share account. And then I just hit submit transfer. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's done. Very cool. So what about if it's more complicated?
If you needed to transfer funds to say another member, or you wanted to get really specific on your payment details, if you were paying your loan, then you can select Classic. And this is going to give you a few more options. So you're going to select your from account, and then the two, and let's go ahead and select the loan, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here you can see you have all the various payment options, and if you want,
I should choose an account with more money in it. All right, go ahead.
so as we can see here, there is a payment due for September 26th. You can see the due date. You can pay the regular payment amount, or the past due amount will show there.
Okay.
If you want to pay it off, you can do that. Or say you want to pay $500,
Wow.
you can go ahead and you can pay more.
Nice. And it's really interesting because basically what you're sharing is that this transfer tool is what we use to make payments on our loan.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's really nice. It's not like a whole separate tool or anything. It's just like a simple transfer.
Absolutely.
All right, and then looks like I get to pick the date. Is this where I would set it up if I wanted it to happen like every month or something?
Yeah, let's go ahead and select the drop down. I'll show you those options. So there are several options here. You can really customize
Oh, wow.
it, whatever
Yeah. There's a lot of
your
options.
goals are.
So maybe like, let's say I was already doing regular payments, but I wanted to every other month put an extra, $500 on. That's how I could do this.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, and then you choose when it's going to end.
Mhm.
Very nice. So I can have it end on a specific date. Or maybe it's just like it was my tax refund and I only have enough for 6 payments, then, I would do it that way. And then we submit, confirm. Wow, that's really easy.
Mhm.
That's how to make a loan payment. What about if I want to see, my transfer activity?
Yeah, that's where you're gonna, depending on if it's a future stated, you might want to hit schedule.
Okay. And that'll show what's coming up.
Yeah, and you can see
There's
there.
that one I just set up.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you want to see past history, you can select history. This will give you the list.
Nice. All right. Anything else you want to show me here in transfers?
Yeah, we have members who have family members or friends that they want to transfer money to. So you can transfer to another member's account using the classic option.
Oh, nice.
And so let's go ahead and select a from account. And then you're gonna click add an account to make transfer. And these are your options. So you can, like right there, send money to another Copper State Credit Union member. And all you need is the account number, their phone number, or email address.
Okay, so just one of those.
And their last name.
And then I can either have their account number, or say I have their phone number or their email, whichever one is associated with that account.
Yeah, and it'll tell you if it's a valid account or not.
Okay.
So.
And you can save that
Mhm.
for future use. Maybe it's something you send regularly. Wow, nice. What was the other option here?
So that's if you needed to add an account manually using a routing number and account number for an external transfer.
Okay.
So if you needed to transfer funds to another financial institution, this is where you could set that up.
And that's going to be for my own account. So say my Copper State Credit Union account connecting to, maybe I have an auto loan with Aero Federal Credit Union or whatever the case may be, another institution with a different routing and account number, but it's still my account.
Yeah,
that's what I would use external for.
yeah. So you want to make sure you have that routing number, the account number, and we're going to do a trial deposit. That trial deposit is just making sure that you do have access to that account. It's that verification that you own it.
Okay.
Once you receive that trial deposit, there's going to be two. Write those down, come back into your online banking.
And there's a pop-up, I think.
Yes,
That
there
shows
is.
you.
Right on the dashboard, it'll pop up and you can do the verification. The
Nice.
verification process takes about 2 to 3 days.
Okay,
You're going to allow for a little bit of time.
great. What else do you want to share with members about online banking? These are definitely some of the big ones, talking about transfers, the dashboard, how to customize what you're seeing. I know a fun one is here on your dashboard, you're able to press the little settings wheel and show what displays on your dashboard. This is where you'll have alerts. And of course, this is a test account, so we've got a couple of past due payments, but you'll have alerts here for past due payments. This is also where you'll see an alert for that external transfer to confirm the external account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also we have our financial wellness widget, which is really cool, really fun to play around with. There's a lot of ways you can manage your money right from this tool. You can track your spending. You can see historical data of your spending for the last 12 months. You can set savings goals. It'll track how much you've been saving towards that goal. And then also we have our financial health tool. It's a quick assessment to gauge where your financial health is, and it'll take you to a blog that has some excellent information about how to boost your financial health and maybe.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty quick assessment, like 8 questions.
Oh, yeah, it's super quick.
Looks like our computer doesn't want to go there right now as well. But yeah, that is definitely there for you and available to all members, just kind of a benefit. So it looks like this, this pretend member has already taken the assessment. But essentially, if you haven't taken it yet, you'll just click through and answer the 8 questions. It'll give you a score, and then you'll hit your next steps, and you'll be able to find a lot of our resources on financial health score, what it means, as well as, some resources that we have for each of those areas and links here to help you, calculators and webinars and free downloads and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Oops, I wasn't sharing that screen with you guys. I'll go ahead and hop over so you can see what I was. So when I clicked that button, it took me to this article where it shares a lot of these links for you. Anything else, Jessica, before we sign off for the day? What else do we want to share with members about online banking?
One quick thing I wanted to highlight in financial wellness, we can go back there really quick,
Yeah.
is with the spending tool, we have some really cool software that simplifies how the transaction shows up on your transaction history.
Okay.
To make it a little bit easier, because sometimes merchants have these really long descriptions of those transactions, and it can kind of be difficult to understand where they're coming from. So what you can do in the spending tool is, if you scroll down, it's going to pull in transaction history. And of course, we're working with a test account, so it's not going to be as robust as your own personal account, but it will give you the capability of putting your own custom categories in there.
Oh.
And you're really specific on like shoe shopping or
Right.
clothing shopping.
Or if it's a daycare expense and putting that into a category or whatever the case may be.
Exactly. So you can get really specific and
Yeah, I
make
mean,
it your own.
So I could essentially edit and show what the categories are. It's hard to do here because we don't have a lot of transactions, but
Yeah, and it's all going to show up in this really fun pie chart. Like
Yeah.
all the different color coding, and you can drill down and see how much you've spent in each category. And really great tool for tracking and just keeping your spending organized and
Nice.
all in one place. Yeah. We've got a lot of great ways to customize your online banking. You can really make it your own.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing up here, you can always go to your secure message center and message the team if you have questions. This was just a message that came from doing that financial health score. Yeah, we hope that this helps, and you can always contact us if you have questions about your online banking, and definitely use the resources that we have on our website. We've got a few videos that show little parts of online banking and how to do certain things. So make sure you check that out, and thanks everyone.
Thank you.